We're going to start off with a quick segment, which is unprecedented, but I haven't done the segment in a while, and I think it'd be fun.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's the...
Am I being interviewed?
No, it's the introduction to a new friend segment.
Introduction to a new friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Is
Hello,
it a
new friend.
pupper?
It is a pupper.
Beautiful. It's a little pupper.
She's so small. Her name is Mizuki.
Yeah. Very, very young.
Yeah, you know who doesn't like her?
Is it Mr. Man?
Yeah, he doesn't. They are on complicated terms with each other.
Only day one.
Yeah, this is like, we got her about 24 hours ago, so he has not had the most time to...
Yeah.
No, don't press on things. So, I'm sure, like, that'll get better, but, there's been a couple hisses and a couple growls. She's barked at him, like, twice, which is the only times we've ever heard her bark at all. Okay, say hi to everyone. Hello.
Aww.
You have to look. It's the camera.
She's so cute. What's her name?
Mizuki.
Mizuki.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach her
Well, we can go home now. This
How to
is the
use
best
the what?
segment. Nothing we do tonight will be better than this.
No, it's
Yeah.
a lead pipe.
The stream is starting out so pure, and it's sad because I know it's not gonna stay this way.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Alright, Mizuki, you can go.
Dom probably has his, golden shower segment, or what was it called?
No, I don't actually have a segment because we spent this week prepping to have a dog.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know, you can leave her if you want.
Okay. Got her toys and stuff. Is she staying for the stream?
She is.
Yay!
And I bet she's going to sleep. She's been
Yay!
eating basically none.
Hello, Loot. Dom has a doggy now.
She got
Remember Dom?
spayed 2 days ago, so she is
Oh.
Unhappy?
yeah.
Just a little bit?
Now he has his own doggy.
Well. Yep. Just pack up. Go home.
Good stream, everybody.
What's wrong, puppy? She does whine a lot. She doesn't do much barking, but
Yeah.
especially with crate training, as is expected.
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed a week, and apparently there are now guards that are actually pinatas because they're filled with bananas.
What?
Yeah. So this
what?
this is the
I'm
Yiga.
confused by the sentence that just came out of Tim's mouth.
This is the Yiga clan hideout, and it's meant to be a stealth mission, and it's a very badly created stealth mission, in my opinion, because the big guys can one-shot you regardless of your health. Because obviously in a stealth area, you're supposed to be encouraged to be stealthy, but there are ways to encourage it without cheating your players.
Yeah.
Literally, if you walk in with 30 hearts, which is the maximum, and the highest armor in the game, you still get one shot. You're just like, but the people with bows don't one-shot you.
Interesting.
And so...
That's one thing I like about the old games is that, I mean, like, the stealth sections always are bad.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody... Zelda is not a stealth game.
No.
It never has been, and honestly, it really shouldn't be. But
Oh my god.
in the old games, like, if you're seen by someone, it kicks you to the front to the
Yeah.
beginning. Which I guess is technically the way killing you and game over works.
Yeah, that's
But-
technically what it's doing, but it's doing it via murder, which
Yeah.
feels significantly worse.
Exactly.
But they are
Better
easily
they could
distractible
talk.
via bananas, which is how you're supposed to, like, get around them. And if you are sneaking and they don't see you, you can one-shot them.
Gotcha.
Which is cool, except for the part where they can one-shot me even if I do see them. And also their vision cones and range don't feel like they don't. I don't understand them.
Oh, they're not like clearly broadcast.
No. Like, you can tell what direction they're looking, but like when they walk, they're looking left and right fairly quick. So you basically have to sneak up on them from behind, but they're doing like squares. So when they take like when they turn 90 degrees, you're not 100% sure if they're about to look to the right and still see you.
Yeah.
And like
So-
I think if they see you while you're in the sneak strike animation, it removes the insta kill from it. Oh,
Well,
also,
that's pretty bogus.
yeah, it's also weird because the insta kill sneak strike thing is only in this area. If you do sneak strikes elsewhere, it just does bonus damage. So it's like it's weird that it is a stealth section that you have to unlearn the rest of the game to do.
Yeah.
John, I think
Chelsea.
what you're supposed to do there is toss the bananas where you were, and then while he's running up to them, run around the block and sneak up on him from behind.
Ow.
Did y'all
Yeah.
see the announcement today?
The Mario one.
Uh-huh.
Ow.
I did not.
Yeah,
We're
it's...
getting Mario 3D All-Stars. We're getting a one-game collection of Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Galaxy, the first one.
It is weird that they decided only the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine it's a space thing. Also, the second one wasn't particularly better in any way.
Yeah, but it's like... It's just that when you purposefully ignore that in the series, then you're basically just saying, by the way, you don't get this one, and everyone is going to notice that you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing everyone did was be like, so... no Galaxy 2, huh?
I mean, I like that they're doing it because the first Super Mario All-Stars was fantastic.
Was there a Super Mario All-Stars?
Yep. For the Super Nintendo, it contained every single Mario Bros. Up until Super Mario World,
Nice.
which I think had not come out yet. But yeah, I mean, it was like, what, there's the first two original Marios, and then there's Mario 2, Mario 3.
I like them at Donkey Kong's house.
No. So I guess it was only 4, but it was like 4 fantastic NES games on a single disc.
Yeah, and now with this one, you get a fantastic Nintendo 64 game, and a fantastic GameCube game, and a fantastic Wii game.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's one of the interesting things is that we went from the NES, which, you know, those cartridges were full, basically.
Yeah,
To
they
the
reused a
SNES.
lot of content to make those cartridges full.
Yeah. And then they went to the SNES, where they were able to take 4 NES carts and put them all on a single one. But yeah, there just haven't been as many storage.
Upgrades.
Yeah, vast increases since then. So I think it's incredible that they're able to fit 3 games.
I mean, how big is Super Mario 64?
No, that one's not surprising.
Yeah, I will say it's impressive that they managed to fit 2 games and also have enough room for Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I could see 64 being able to meet up with either of the other 2
Yeah.
just fine. But it's like Sunshine's not small.
No.
and Galaxy was on a full-size disc. So
Another weird design choice about this, by the way, is that when you kill enemies in here, they drop their weapons, obviously. Unless you sneak strike them, in which case they only drop one banana. No rupees, no weapons, nothing.
huh.
So if you want their cool weapons, you have to fight them.
And die.
Yeah.
Oh. Working with heavy things.
Sounds like it.
Okay, so this actually isn't too surprising. So Super Mario Galaxy is 3¼ gigs. Super Mario Sunshine is 1.5 gigs. Super Mario 64 is
5.
8 megabytes.
I was close.
Wow.
Yeah, so
It
all
was
of
in the
this
megabyte
together-
range?
Yeah. It's really impressive, actually. So all of this together is, what, 5 gigs? Round up to 6, just for the sake of easy numbers?
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
plus
the,
they have to throw a menu on it to, you know.
Switch game cartridges are 32 gigs.
Oh, okay. I mean, come on. Where's Galaxy 2 then?
Yeah, that becomes the fair question.
Yeah, that was a purposeful omission.
I mean, I'll be honest. It really wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But it is kind of weird.
It's just weird that they just didn't do it anyways.
Now there is enough space on the like announcement thing. Their announcement thing of it has like it's split up into 4 sections, and 3 of them are you know, the 3 games, and the 4th one's left empty. So at the time I thought, you know, maybe they're gonna like later on come and be like, hey, you know, the dev team managed to figure out how to do it after all. Or
No, what's gonna happen is they're gonna be like, we've added a 4th game, and we know you all want it. Super Mario Odyssey. And you're just like, what? But that's already on Switch. And they're like, yeah, but you can't buy it in a bundle yet.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna do that. Which it's like, All Stars didn't have Super Mario World on it. But I'd be willing to bet that either initially they were going to put Galaxy on it or Galaxy 2 on it, and they like there was some funkiness with it, or you know, they're trying to now, but they couldn't by the time of this announcement or whatever.
My guess is that
we all know what the 4th game is going to be.
Yeah, Banjo-Tooie.
Super Mario Strikers.
You know what? I'd be down for that because that's a great game. Mostly because Waluigi does the crouch chop whenever he scores a goal, and that's the best.
I think there should be a Super Mario Party All Stars, where it's got all the Super Mario Party games from.
You know what? That would be fucking dope.
Because they're different.
They should make
They are,
one.
but who would notice the differences?
They should make a like Super Mario Party like Ultra, and it's just it is the basic Mario Party structure like the old ones, and includes every mini game that has been made.
Yeah. I watched a video yesterday where someone was ranking the power-ups in Super Mario Maker 2. And I learned a lot about it because this was my first time seeing Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, I have watched very little.
I mean, I watched a bunch of the original Mario Maker when it
Yeah.
came out because it was really fascinating. But there's so many like cool new things. Like the guy who was looking into this was pointing out like why some of these abilities are cool because they expand the game so much. Like there's a POW block helmet where if you hit your head on something, then it does a POW block.
Yeah.
But it's got 3 uses, so you've got a ton of uses of this.
Oh, so and that's very like protective too.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You can use it as a negative thing by making a don't jump too high puzzle.
Oh yeah.
And you can make it so that when you hit it, it toggles a switch that makes the floor disappear. So that's a game mode that can exist now because of this ability.
I actually think there's a really cool thing that you can do to make it a don't jump too high challenge, and that's when you put spikes on the top, and then that's it. But actually,
Yeah.
but in reality, no, I think the other thing is way cooler.
Yeah. I also really like the so there's apparently a Super Mario 2 mushroom, which when you eat it, and I think it's only available in the first like in regular original Mario. No, it was in because you're given 4 different Marios. Old Mario, Mario 3,
Oh, is this Mario Generations?
World, and and the new 3D World or whatever it is. But no, this is I think it's Super Mario 3 Mario can get this mushroom, and it's Mario 2 mushroom, and when you eat it, you get all the abilities that you have in Super Mario 2.
Oh.
So like, you can jump on top of Goombas and pick them up. You can.
That's so weird.
You can jump on top of Bow Wow spikes and pick him up, and then just carry Bow Wow around with you, and he'll eat other things for you then.
That's wild.
Yeah. So like, all those abilities, which changes the game enormously, but also a weird additional thing. The mushroom jumps when you do. So like if you don't eat the mushroom, if it's just in the world, when you jump, the mushroom also jumps. And because of that, you can make other don't jump missions.
That's so cool. People are so creative with that game.
And they used to do something like that because there was another ability that also detects when you increase in height, like whenever you like move up or vertically.
Like jumping.
Yeah, like jumping.
Yeah.
But this one specifically detects when you press the jump button, which is useful because that means that you can still build maps where you can climb vines or
Yeah, it is a
like
specifically don't jump challenge, but you can still get places.
So that gives you the ability to like really make interesting puzzles that you couldn't otherwise.
So is it still a real video game if you can jump but you shouldn't?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you can.
Yeah, the requirement is
long
that
as
you
you
can
can.
jump.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you for agreeing.
I do appreciate the idea of a Zelda game though that when you press the jump button, you do jump, but you die every time also. And, like the whole game, and you're just like, well, why is this here?
I like it. You do jump, but you any amount of fall damage, you die.
Yeah.
So like,
So not only can you
it's
not
PUBG.
jump, you can't fall off
It's PUBG 3D
platforms.
at that point.
and then as soon as you fall, like hit the ground, then you die.
Except that, you know, the moment that game gets made, speedrunners are like, yeah, it turns out if you frame perfect jump when you hit the ground, it actually doubles your height and doesn't cause any damage, and you're just like, alright, fuck you guys.
If you do this at this perfect spot, then you get to Ganon and he instantly dies.
Yeah, you actually, you die so hard it credit warps you, so you never even see Ganon, and you're just like, what the fuck?
So the speed run goes from being like 7 hours long to being
12
15
seconds.
seconds, and 14 of those are you getting through menus. And...
There are games where like there's an instant like credit warp, and every category has to ignore it because otherwise it's not a speedrun because everyone has the same time.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly got here fast. I should have expected as much.
But there's one other thing
From
we
the
could do.
princess's
You take
own
one
appointed
patch of
knight.
ground, a single
She was out on
small patch of
survey
ground in the
already.
entire game that
Still
doesn't
has
kill
the
you when you
sand.
jump on it. And it does absolutely
So,
nothing.
spill it, boy.
But
Have
the
two of you
treasure
been getting
hunters and the
along
Easter
all
egg
right?
hunters will drive themselves nuts trying to figure out
It's
what it
okay.
does.
I know. Your silence
Except that
is
they'll do that for like 12 minutes, and then someone will be like, all right, so I hacked the code and like looked into it, and it looks like
Yeah.
like oh it's so it was probably just a deprecated like idea that they never went with, and you're just like, god damn you guys.
Not like you carry blame in any of this. It's
I just want you to
unfortunate.
suffer!
He's put in more than enough time. Ever since
There are
he
very
was
few
young,
people in this world who deserve to suffer as much as speedrunners do, even though I love all of them.
she once
I
passed out in
watched the
freezing
SGDQ
waters
run that they just did of Super Mario 64, but it's the like updated version, which means the game like patched out backwards long jumps.
the motivation.
Oh.
And so you're just like, oh damn, so what are they gonna? Oh, okay, cool, never mind. They still only get 1 star in the entire game.
She really is.
Yeah.
So they're just like, yeah, so instead of backwards long jumping, if you jump and jump off of a wall and then keep doing that from wall to wall to wall to wall, and you keep going, you build up speed until you just shoot through the wall and go into the painting and then just go to the level. And you're just like,
Probably time we
alright.
Or
Well,
But
they
it's-
I think
tried.
that's just the
It didn't work.
Heisenberg uncertainty principle.
My favorite thing is still that every time it's just like, okay, so we went through the star door and did the Bowser level, but now we can't get out of the star door still. So we have to go into a level and then quit out so that it brings us back to the front of the castle.
Actually, that would be a really mean game design thing. If you could get to the final boss at any time, but once you enter the final boss area, you can't save, and you can't leave the final boss area to actually finish the game without finishing everything prior to the final boss.
You just have to start over.
No, you just have to turn off the game and lose your progress from fighting the boss.
Also, the boss takes 17 hours to beat in a... You actually have to... There's an in-game timer for 5 weeks before he dies of old age, and he's immortal otherwise.
And then the moon crashes on you.
Oh, this is the All-Star Zelda game.
Literally every time people talk about like Death Stranding or any game like that, I'm like, I don't know why anyone like thought Kojima should be able to make a game by himself, because like this is the person who decided one of the Metal Gear bosses should die of old age if you kept the game running for like a week.
Yeah.
And
Kojima
also
is like George Lucas. He's great, well directed, but he shouldn't be left unattended.
yeah, he's also the one that made a game where he was like, this game should be coded. This was not done, but he wanted it to be. It was supposed to be coded in a special paint so that when the CD heated up in your CD drive, it would start to smell like blood.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
a
it
great idea,
does.
except for the part of why would you want to play a game if
Yeah.
it makes your room smell like blood?
This is a great idea, except for the
All of it.
entirety
Yeah,
of the
except
idea.
for the whole part of it. It's like, okay, that idea is as good as a concept car, where you see it and you're like, oh, hell yeah, that's a cool idea. But it shouldn't go to the roads. It's not designed for them.
It's one of those ideas that you have when you're developing it, but then you just decide, hey, wait. Someone says, wait, we don't want to make the room smell like blood.
It's like, oh, what if we made their room smell like blood? He's like, okay, counterpoint.
Oh.
That's a bad thing.
You're right. I think every dev team needs someone there to be like, no, you shouldn't name the game so that it's unintelligible and pronounceable in like 3 different ways, and you're not actually going to tell them which one is correct.
Hey, that was a good idea, though.
Foreshadowing?
We're not the kind of people who would do other things like naming a character Die Hard Man. My favorite Kojima character is the character Hideo Kojima from one of his games. Who is a real character for some reason. It's just, I guess he decided to name it after himself, and everyone was like, alright. I think just every game company needs a Kojima and an anti-Kojima. Or a Kojima dampener.
Yeah.
The balancing act.
Yeah.
Over here.
I feel like that actually needs to be some kind of real game design device. The Kojima dampener.
I think they called that, shit, what's the name of the company? Man, this is a great joke, but too stupid to say it.
If I was at a live comedy show and they were like, listen, this is a great joke, but I'm too stupid to say it, then I'd be like, get off the stage! I would become a heckler.
Fuck, who did he used to work for?
Why did I almost say Konami?
Konami.
Yeah, it is Konami, okay.
Yeah, no, a Kojima dampener is absolutely just Konami.
Yeah. And it's why all those games were so good.
Yeah. But the company's also garbage. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they really fucked over Kojima, which is why he doesn't work for them.
And this is the same company that took all of their actual video game designers and put them on an assembly line for pachinko machines, right?
Yeah. Correct. Confirmed.
God.
Now, don't everyone say anything bad about pachinko.
You know, pachinko's great.
Yeah. Remember playing pachinko in my parents' basement because, you know, they had a machine?
Yeah, for some fucking reason.
I've never done this.
No. Rip.
Over here.
I'm somewhat unsettled by the way this thing is walking.
Guess what's the trouble with two shoes?
Oh, see, the shoes are fine. But it's walking with both left feet and then both right feet.
How do you walk?
Yeah.
Do you walk with
That's...
only one of your left feet, or do you use all of them? Oh, cool. There's a shrine nearby. I'm just gonna go check that out real quick.
Now.
Okay, go do that. That seems smart. What are these, like, shoes or something? I don't actually see anything, like, blowing off of them.
I know, you're just like knocking out the power from them, basically.
So now you get on some kind of bird and wrap a tether around its legs.
I mean, I already did the bird divine beast.
He was making a,
I know, but I'm saying
Empire
it's awesome.
Strikes Back thing. Camel.
I think they should just make a Star Wars movie that's just like the stereotypical like sports movie, but it's just pod racing.
I have no choice but to.
But it has nothing to do with Star Wars really at all, except for that.
Now this is pod racing.
But it's just a sports movie.
Yeah, like it's just like an underdog sports movie kind of thing, but like in Star Wars. Here's my thing. My problem with Star Wars movies is Star Wars shouldn't be a genre, but that's how they treat it. It's a great world. I want to see a fucking Star Wars like noir detective type movie.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd
But
be
then again, I also want to just see a great noir detective movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Just all of them.
I think
Can we get a good Batman noir detective movie?
God, that would be
where
good.
it's less about him just beating people up and more about him figuring out the crime?
so that would be like
that's just
early
Batman,
Batman.
the animated series.
So it's just
Not-
there's an
not
episode
noir
where the
enough.
Riddler shows up, and the entire episode is Batman trying to Google everything the Riddler has said in hopes that he can try to figure out what the fuck he's talking about.
I can't wait.
I'm always confused about the Riddler because like the Riddler has these riddles
You'll need a
and
map to find
the
your way
answers to me make no damn sense.
Oh yeah,
Like
I-
let me look up some.
Head over to that.
I just like the Riddler because like
Sounds
he and the Joker fill a similar character archetype where it's like, oh, they are trying to like they are based around a like humor or something like that, but the Joker is trying to like kill everyone and like cause panic. The Riddler just wants people to solve his riddles. That's it. He
Yeah.
doesn't cause any like damage to the city ever.
Unlike another person we know who likes to play with riddles and just ruin everything.
No, that's only psychic damage. That doesn't count.
Yeah. There was a really good episode of, I think it was Batman Brave and the Bold, where the episode was like them getting riddles and assuming it's Riddler who had recently gotten out of jail, and they find him and he is not doing it, but now he wants to join them because someone is taking his shtick and he's upset about it.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it like the puzzler or something?
Something like that. It turned out it was just the Joker who was like trying to steal his role, and the final riddle, like, so the Riddler was the one solving everything to get them to him, and when they got there was basically a microphone set up with a sound-based trap so that if anything was spoken into the microphone, it would go off. And then he asked a riddle, and the Riddler was just trying really hard to not answer it into the microphone. But it's the Riddler, and that's all he wants to do with his life, so he ended up trying to do it anyways.
Yeah.
It was just like, what a great idea for an episode. Like, this is so much more interesting and fun than, I'm always down for a good Batman episode where it's just regular, like, Batman beating whoever. But, like, that's so much fun and interesting to, like, have occasionally as just, like, a little side thing.
Yeah. The Riddler versus the Question. Who would win?
Here's the question.
The Question is kind of an off-brand Batman where instead of actually being an intelligent detective, he's mostly a conspiracy theorist.
What?
Congrats, you fell all the way down.
I think Riddler just wouldn't want to play with him because, like, every time he'd give a riddle, the guy would just, like, the question would be like, that riddle doesn't make sense because, like, Batman did 9/11. He's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, he's not that bad. He would fill the Batman niche if Batman wasn't there, but Batman is just so much better at him than the detective thing, and the Question just tends to go off on a tangent.
Yeah, about how Batman did 9/11.
So I still never understand the Riddler because he's like, why is an orange like a bell? Because they both need to be peeled. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Wait, is that
I
really?
don't know, I did come up with that answer.
That's a Riddler riddle.
How do you peel
Yes.
a bell?
A bell peels. That's the
Oh,
it's like, yeah.
that's not true though.
I mean,
Eeal. That's the spelling.
No, I know, but it doesn't need to be peeled.
It's neither does an orange, technically. It needs to be peeled if you eat it, but it doesn't need to be
No,
peeled.
not even then, technically.
gross. Tim, you're a bastard.
Do your
It's just,
crimes.
all I have to say is you are a bastard. The end. Ugh.
Where the
So
fuck?
what can you do to control Nibiru's?
Well, I have to find the control panel, which apparently is impossible for me.
Is it not the thing in the middle?
No, that is what you have to go to at the very end. I
Tom,
think it
you're
might
looking.
be here.
You're looking right at it.
Yeah, there we go. They always show it to you at the beginning, and then I never am paying attention because we're talking about some dumb bullshit like the Riddler. Okay, look up some more Batman riddles. I just want to know like what, because like the ones I like are the ones where like it's stuff we can't answer because like it's a very like strange riddle, and you have to piece together that like one of the things he said is another word for this, which is the name of like the original name for City Hall, and so that means that's where it's gonna happen, and you're like, alright, this is dumb, but like whatever, it's a cool episode. I'm glad Batman knows all this dumb shit.
Good, the terminals that take
Yeah,
you to
I'm
your
looking at
red-
this and
I think I'm looking at the same page. You already did riddle 2?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like none of these the answers make sense for
Anything.
being helpful.
Very few riddle answers do.
I was wondering, what riddle answers are you familiar with?
I mean, so the way the Riddler works is he gives the Batman riddles to solve as clues to stop his shenanigans.
Real quick, we can all agree that having to call him the Batman is stupid, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That-
You were gonna die.
A lot of these do work as riddles.
Oh yeah. The problem is not that the riddles aren't riddles. The problem is that the riddles aren't fucking clues.
Yeah, they're not clues.
Like, how is, why is a woman in love like a welder? They both carry a torch. Okay. Like, if this was in New York, that would make sense.
Yeah,
You would go after the Statue of Liberty, but it's in Gotham. So...
Okay, so it's at a flashlight store or something.
Tim,
But
Tim, that's not
there's-
London!
There's... First of all, there's no such thing as a flashlight store. Let's be real.
In any sufficiently large city, there will be specialty stores.
Not for flashlights.
Not for flashlights.
There's a shop here in Huntsville that does absolutely nothing but
Oh,
pocket knives.
You know what, Tim? I'm sorry. Okay, Tim, that's a
But-
thing that people get into and have collections of. And there are quality differences and things that, like, they talk about.
There are quality differences on flashlights.
Oh, there are!
There really
but,
are.
But there aren't enough that collectors want to have multiple different qualities. No, like, getting a kinda shitty pocket knife can still be good. No one gets a kinda shitty flashlight and it's just like, yes! I'm so glad I went to this specialty store where they sold kinda shitty flashlights.
Man, I'm so glad I got this flashlight in the shape of a bird of prey.
Now, I will say, I will agree with Tim's terms that this might be, the answer is a flashlight store, but what I won't agree with is that he thinks that it will be open, and rather that this is when the time the Riddler did this is the 1 week long period of time that this store was open before closing due to no customers. And this is Gotham. That shit's always dark. It's always 100% overcast.
All the more reason to have a flashlight store.
And yet no one would go to it. They don't even put street lamps up. I
Sounds
assume
like
if you're
there's
walking around with a
market for
flashlight,
light.
I assume if you're walking around Gotham with a flashlight, some criminal will shoot you because they're mad that you're making it easy to see.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Who carries a flashlight around in
Okay.
Gotham? Cops and just about nobody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes Batman.
Rarely Batman. Like, somehow he's just like, I don't need it.
That was clutch. It
Yeah,
did not look
yeah.
like you were gonna make it.
I have no idea how that happened. That was just me panicking for like 10 seconds.
There are 4 terminals.
What about this one? Won't sorry. Won't run long without winding.
Any wind up to it.
It's a river. So
There are straight rivers.
I do know contextually that there is a river in Gotham.
Is there?
But also, rivers are not exactly like, oh, cool, there's a river here, so let me just, go down to the river where the Riddler's doing something. Rivers are long as fuck.
Yeah, you can't just go to the river and like you get there and you just see the Riddler like 2 miles away and you're like, ah, fuck, alright. Gotta run. He's like, well, you got the riddle right, so I can't be mad that like we just didn't pick the same place.
Here's a quality riddle.
2,000 people are dead, though.
Here's a quality riddle. Which president wears the largest hat?
Teddy Roosevelt.
The one with the biggest head.
Why did I not say Abraham Lincoln?
I don't know.
Why did none of us think Abraham Lincoln? Ow.
I mean, I thought it, but also I have the answers to all of these, so I knew it wasn't right.
What if Batman
really-
was like gave the answer and he's just like, actually, it's whoever has the biggest head. He's like, yeah, it's this person. That's what I said. Like, wait, you know which president has the biggest head? He's like, yeah, of course.
Doesn't everyone know every single bit of trivia about everything?
He's like, I just assumed you'd
Batman
ask.
does.
Like, I memorized this fact like 17 years ago because I assumed you'd be asking me that at some point. I'm honestly surprised it took you this long. Ritter's just like, I gotta go home.
Yeah, I need to go home and
I need to sit
rethink
down.
my entire,
I want to go home and rethink my life.
what are the weird blue and, I think they go pink, right? Things. Crystals, things.
What crystal things?
They're like
On the walls?
blue and orange. Like there's an orange one right there.
Those are like things that use electricity.
Oh.
So, like, the different color basically tells you, like, if it is powered.
Gotcha. Oh, your thing's gonna fall.
Yes.
Bye-bye thing. Oh, did it need to fall?
Yeah. I need to get the second one, though.
Yeah.
Unless they let me just cheat. Did they let me just cheat? Good, they don't let me cheat. I'd be a little sad about that, honestly.
Be sad if they let you cheat.
Yeah, a lot of these can be, like, a lot of these things can be powered by electric arrows. And so I was like, well, do I even need to go get the thing, or can I just shoot it open. Yeah, that would be very, like, the strat. Just like, oh yeah, you can just shoot it open. You don't even have to do anything. You know what I think would be the best thing the Riddler could do? If he just got, like, really fed up one day, and was just, like, had a riddle that was just, like, what has, like, 6 holes and is very loud? And I was just like, what? And he's like, a gun! And he just pulls it out and shoots him.
Why does it have 6 holes?
A revolver.
Revolver.
Okay,
There are
gotcha.
3 terminals remaining.
I mean, like, I'm sure his riddle would be better than mine in making more sense. But the
Yeah.
idea of the Riddler just having a shitty riddle that makes Batman confused long enough for the Riddler to be able to say a gun and then shoot him before he can dodge.
What has 6 holes and is very loud? A gungan.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
No.
Tim ruined it again. Tim
Always
ruins
ruins it.
everything.
Where's
Isn't
the
that why
dog?
you have me on this show?
You're nasty. You're just nasty. So do y'all think I should post the extra live stream on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to use it in my best of though,
That's fair.
because
That's a lot to get through.
12 hours of tabletop games?
Yeah, that would have been something, like, we could do that if it was getting clipped the whole time, and that's it.
yeah. Bro, do you want to get your segment ready? Okay.
We're on X, which means that I will answer everything with xylophone.
Xylitol.
Xavier.
Zorvental.
What's Zorvental?
It's basically the D&D Dragons version of chess, where it takes them thousands of years to play, and the chess pieces are civilizations and things.
Oh, yeah.
Xerneas.
Ah yes, the Pokerman.
Xerneas?
Yeah, it's a Pokerman.
It's the Pokemon god of life, basically.
You might be thinking, hey, wouldn't the Pokemon God of Life be like Mew or Mewtwo or
What's that one that
Arceus?
created the universe?
Yeah, or like
Arceus.
one of 17 others who could potentially have been life.
Potentially like Deoxys, because isn't that like
Yeah,
the
he's
DNA?
sort of like DNA.
Deoxys is a virus.
Your face is a virus.
I can probably make this jump, right? Okay, well, if Link didn't fucking do an attack instead.
Alright, you ready?
Okay, let's do it. Time for TriviusNominus.
Made famous by a Samuel Taylor Coleridge poem, what was the summer capital of Kublai Khan's empire?
Xylophone.
Oh, dang. I feel like I should know this.
Yeah, you should, considering we did the whole alphabet a month ago.
Just one.
The capital of Kublai Khan's
I don't even know who that is.
He was one of the major villains in Star Trek.
Kublai! Oh. Come on, guys. We did, like, flawless on Z. And then we did, I think, all but one on Y. I gotta get this.
I don't watch Star Trek.
X. Xerxes.
No.
Well done. That takes
Xander.
a good look.
X
overconfident.
Zanzibar. Tim, you got anything?
Not without Googling.
Fibblethip. It doesn't start with an X, it's just fun to say.
No
Okay.
answers?
No. We suck.
Xanadu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was from a thing.
Yeah, I didn't either, because I actually thought it and then dismissed it because I thought it was a nonsense name.
Tim, I said fucking xylophone. Just start saying shit.
You're never gonna get this one.
Why not?
What is the brand name of the anti-anxiety drug? Alprazole.
Zyrtec!
That's a Z.
Did I tell you about?
Xyzal.
Did I tell you about the time someone came into my work one time and asked if we had Xanax? And I was like, he's like, wait, is that the name? I was like, what is it for? He's like, it's like allergies. I'm like, Zyrtec? He's like, yeah, that! And I was just like, God, going into a supermarket, be like, yo, got any Xanny I can have?
But yes, Xanax.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, another difficult one. In Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Xander.
I was gonna say xylophone because I've never watched that show.
mistake.
Are y'all ready for the worst boss in this game?
Worst as in least impressive, or worst as in most annoying to fight?
He gives me the most trouble.
And brought me to a warrior's demise 100 years ago.
Shall we talk to the boss?
Do
Oh,
not
no,
allow
you can
this
keep
to be
going.
your end.
Okay.
Fight for your life.
What is a water-soluble natural
And
gum
it's
used
dead.
as a stabilizer in food and other products?
Fuck.
Xylitol.
This thing is
There you go.
fast.
No,
Watch
it's
yourself.
Xanthem.
Xanthem, yes.
Yeah. Xylitol is also technically a gum, but
That was the Xanthan.
yeah.
What colorless noble gas has the atomic number 54?
Xylophone.
Damn.
Mensa has spoken. Anybody else?
I mean, who am I to go against?
Fine, Dion.
I was thinking Neon, and I was like, well, that's not it, but I don't, like, it doesn't start with an X, but I don't know what would. So we're just like, Xeon. I'm like, okay.
Xenon.
The warrior princess?
Yes.
What would you call a person having a dislike of or prejudice against people from other countries?
Bigot. Xenophobic.
Asshole.
Now
Yeah.
But yeah, xenophobe.
Yep.
But mostly just an asshole.
President.
I mean, they said that it was xenophobic, but we'll take it.
I said xenophobic.
Oh, okay. John was honest.
That's usually the case.
What word means abnormal dryness, often with regards to skin?
Eczema.
Oh.
But isn't that with an E?
Starts with an E. Then doesn't actually have an X in it, yes.
watch that lightning.
So to maybe you don't understand, the way this game works is every answer begins with the same letter.
You know, it starts
We're
with
on
X.
X
It's
right now.
eczema. It doesn't start with the letter, but it starts with the syllable.
I mean, eczema's the only thing I can think of. the liver?
You're not cirrhosis.
Oh.
No, of the liver wasn't the clue. The clue was word that means abnormal dryness, often with regards to skin.
No, it sounded like you said cirrhosis. Which is usually, I mean, yes, it did sound like that.
That is what it sounded like.
I mean, Zerosis sounds like cirrhosis.
Who became king of Persia following the death of Darius
Phone.
first in 486 BC?
Xanadu.
Darius,
This
I
thing
think,
is powerful.
technically, right?
Excelsior.
I think it's technically Darius and then changed his name.
2.
Xerxes.
Ah! It's like it doesn't give me a full Wikipedia article. I don't know if you're right. What is 40 in Roman numerals?
Wait, isn't it?
Extra large.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
What is a word for an engraving in wood or woodcut?
Oh.
There isn't one. You don't.
I know the scientific word for wood is xylem.
Xylem sempra.
Xylotype?
No. What did you say, Dom?
Xylem sempra.
No.
Xyloscope?
No.
And you said it wasn't a xylotype.
Correct.
Is it xylophone?
No.
Oh, dang it. What's a...
It's a suffix that means drawing?
Yeah.
This
That
thing
would
is
crap.
fast. Watch
There you
yourself.
go.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
We did it.
My sick.
How many do we get?
Great.
Not enough.
9, I think?
Tim, 9 doesn't start with an X.
John can count with it.
I don't edit these. The most I do with these is I put in markers of where segments are.
9 is spelled
Conversations.
XI if you're,
What, Roman?
Bad. If you're bad, if you're
No,
upset.
it's IX.
I was gonna say dyslexic.
Dyslexic doesn't start with an X unless you're dyslexic.
See?
Your sword ran out.
At a very inopportune time.
Watch that
Yep.
light.
Is there an opportune time?
Yes. It's when the enemy is on the ground and you have enough time to get your next weapon ready.
So, when are you gonna get up to him?
So this phase of the fight is just weird as shit. Like, it's him dropping these things that, like, get electrocuted. And so you have to, like, pick them up and put them next to him. But, like, if you accidentally go... Okay, just now, the electricity didn't hit him, but then I ran the metal into him, and that dealt damage?
And then you jumped off.
Fell, actually.
I mean, it looked like you jumped there.
you cutting out, or is no one talking?
No one is
Nobody's
talking
talking.
at the moment.
Okay.
We're watching Dom battle the dude and die.
Yeah, I'm watching it too.
me
I
focus
just
here.
want to make sure.
Man, I really liked the part where you lost like all of your health.
Yeah, and like he teleports around, and like the time it takes for me to get back up afterwards, and like if like he, because of the electricity, it's making me like drop my weapons and armor. Like, I'm legitimately not sure what you're supposed to do to make him not disarm you before he attacks.
I need to go to him and take him out before the lightning.
Okay. But he has a shield, so I can't, like, shoot him from afar, because he auto-blocks everything, even if you shoot it where the shield isn't.
But you can run up to him and break his shield.
Yeah, but he flies!
Well, then hide from him until he's not flying or flying at the ground.
I'm mostly annoyed that you can't break it, like, break his shield using, like, bomb
This thing is
arrows.
fast. Watch yourself.
What also sucks is if you pull out your bow, it means you can't use your shield.
Go.
And also, like, the lock-on is wonky. Because you can only lock on to something if they're on screen, which means if he's teleporting to you, you don't necessarily get to lock on anymore.
It's lightning time.
Watch that lightning.
Or everything is worse for you. Everything is awful. Woogie, woogie, woogie. I like how you didn't mean to fall there, and then you're like, oh crap, I need to fall there, and then you did.
Yeah.
It was all good.
I figured out how to do this.
Can you point blank rocket arrow him?
No.
Good timing.
Catch yourself on fire. Got it.
No, but it actually worked first try and perfectly.
Nice. Use the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, mechanics of the game that, like, can generally be ignored for 90% of it. And now he's a goofy boy.
Goopy boy. You just spurting everywhere.
I've just looked down and there's just a completely passed out dog underneath me. Look at
there were some things I had saved. Oh yeah, I guess we could do the food crime segment now.
Oh, good. Do we have food crimes to talk about?
Well, I saw a post today, about mint yogurt soda.
I was with you till you said soda. And it's weird because I feel like mint soda would be good, and mint yogurt is good.
I knew
You just described Topico.
Thanks to your
That's all you've said.
valor and skill, these
Carbonated
souls
mint
and
yogurt
the void
soda.
once
I've
again.
had something like that
Which
before,
means
minus the
finally
mint.
we can complete what we started years
I like it
Soda?
because
We
it's
Ludo have
it's
Malicious?
like
for unfinished business.
the brand name is SADAF, which to me is just
Satisfying.
sad as fuck.
So long for them to finally rush Hyrule Castle. As
Yeah.
well as for the moment when I incinerate Ganon into a pile of ashes. Which reminds me, I wanted to
I still
give
feel
you
like this shouldn't be canon because I'm pretty sure
Please
Urbosa
accept
could
this
actually
gift, which
kill
has come
Ganon
to be known
without
as
trying.
Urbosa's Fury. It will no doubt be of use to you.
Okay, so
What
how do
is
we
she
make
gonna
that food crime worse? Mint yogurt seltzer water. Mint seltzer yogurt.
You and the princess. I know you have suffered
I like the
much
idea of
regarding
it
what happened
being
to us champions.
mint
this
yogurt
is how things had to happen.
soda,
No
but
one
then they
need carry
dehydrated
blame.
it, so it's a powder
So
now.
please,
Yes, it's
make it
still a
clear so she
soda.
understands
So
why.
you put the water in,
Oh, yeah,
and
I mean-
it's like Pop Rocks.
No, what you do is you reduce it into a sauce, and then you pour it over a rack of lamb. Well done.
Good care of the princess.
No. What
Oh,
the
and
heck
also,
happens when you
Take good
put
care of
Pop
her.
Rocks in water? I need to know now.
I feel like Pop Rocks have I feel like they have sold Pop Rocks in a drink once.
I mean, I think I've seen like a boba tea shake sort of thing that it's like had Pop Rocks mixed in with it.
Thank you, John, for bringing up my newest food crime: milk yogurt boba tea, or mint yogurt boba tea.
Mint yogurt boba tea.
I mean, mint tea is a thing, boba tea is a thing, milk tea is a thing.
Okay, if you
But
were to
yogurt
make
tea isn't.
if you were to make the biggest or like, okay, I feel like what the food crime section should be is we give a premise and try to make it into a food crime. So for example, we're gonna use boba tea, but you have to replace the boba with something. Egg yolks.
Egg yolks. Blood.
Blood, obviously.
Well, but blood is like that's a liquid, but pearls have like
No,
the
no,
boba
no, no, no.
pearls. Oh, do you mean congealed?
Poached
John.
poached blood.
Blood clots.
Fermented caviar.
Even if you just said caviar, that's bad. I feel like caviar would be worse, because to me, food crimes have a certain midsection where they are the worst possible. Where if you go too far, you're like, well, yeah, it's gonna be terrible. But if you go in the middle ground, you're like, someone probably thought that would be good.
Caviar balut.
What is that?
Balut is a fertilized egg that's allowed to grow for about half its gestational period before it's boiled and eaten. It's considered a delicacy in Thailand when it's done with the duck egg.
Legend of the Garuda.
Alright, how about
Celebrated over ages,
breadcrumbs?
The Philippines as
and
well.
Who were named to honor her.
How about
You are
crumbled
lucky
chicken
as
breast?
I do not see caviar balut.
The bitter essence of defeat.
Well,
from
caviar
centuries
balut would be very difficult to harvest because caviar is taken out of the fish
But that
before it's
is
actually
now
laid.
in the past.
Yeah,
It
but
was written that
But it's not
calamity
impossible.
began once a
Yeah.
vampire form of a Garuda. And that will make this victory
in
all
boba
the
tea,
more
as the boba in boba
Yeah.
tea.
What about crumbled chicken breast?
With
How do we feel
yogurt.
about that?
this person.
I'll be honest. I I pretty much can't have boba tea because
we've
most
established
boba
Yeah.
teas have some form of milk in them. Also, I wouldn't want to because I don't want chunky drink.
It's not too bad. Like, you do have to get used to it, but, like, I think my problem is that the tapioca pearls are, like, a little too chewy. Like, if they broke apart pretty quickly and then that was it, like, they dissolved in your mouth, that would be fine. That would be like, oh,
That's actually a thing. That's
What if-
popping.
What if they designed in your mouth or dissolved in your mouth with a nice like fizzing
God, you know what would actually... You know what I would actually fucking love? If it was, like, if the boba pearls were just filled with Pop Rocks. So you just, like, take a sip and then just, like, chew a little bit and then you're just like, oh, oh, oh! Alright, here's my new one. Each boba pearl is filled with vinegar. And so the point of drinking it is that you have to drink and swallow the boba pearls without popping them.
I really hate this segment.
Oh, this is one of my favorite
Coke,
segments
but with
because we can
boba
be
pearls, and
creative.
The boba pearls are filled with Mentos.
Wait. Tim, I want you to know that you've just stumbled upon possibly the best idea out of all of it, which is that the boba pearls aren't filled with Mentos, but rather that they are Mentos, because don't forget, good boba places seal the drink before they hand it to you.
Oh no.
Yes,
Here's
they do.
And so you're supposed to stab the straw into it to open it, which would just blow it up the fuck up. No, granted, it would have to be like carbonated beverage in order to make it work, and I don't think boba tea generally is.
Well, he said it was the tea was Coke.
That's not tea. Yeah, you know, milk tea, but it's Coke tea.
I do like the idea though of like explosive drinks or like surprise drinks where you don't want the surprise. You've gotta drink this quickly or drink it carefully or else everything gets fucked up.
It's the special category
There's, like-
that the Irish car bomb is the main
Yeah.
like problem child of.
Yeah.
So it's like Mentos are in a gel capsule that'll dissolve if you don't drink the soda quickly.
Yeah.
Or like very fragile.
Or it's
Okay.
like a 3-layer drink where the top and the bottom layer will react with each other and make something nasty.
It's okay. I just had the brilliant idea of. I'm sure you all know the drink Ramune, right?
Yeah.
And how you
Yeah.
you open it by like slamming the marble into it.
Mm-hmm.
What if that was a Minto? You just see your favorite drink, you just slam that bad boy in, and then suddenly it explodes in your hands, and you're just like, okay.
I think that just becomes an assassination technique.
Not a very good assassination technique if all it can do is possibly harm your hand a little bit.
Ah, but then they're startled, and that's when you shoot them.
You could just shoot them.
But they might
That's
see it
so
coming
much
if they
fun.
weren't startled by the Ramune.
Okay, here's my new idea. You know, like the Swiss roll cakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
potential.
it's like it has potential, but also like you'd get it and you'd slice it and you're like, why did you make this? It's so hard to make these rolls. Why did you make it with peanut butter? Just make a sandwich.
I think in this listing is also the caramel onions, where it's a or candy onions, where it's like a candy apple.
Yes.
It looks just like a candy apple. You got the stick in it and everything, and then well, you know, you bite in and it's an onion.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted caramelized onions? No, this is just a caramel onion.
Okay. Okay. I have. Which would you rather make and eat? Would you rather sushi, but on top of it is Pop Rocks? In the same way that they add the like. It's like some.
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or, chicken breast that has been breaded with Pop Rocks.
Definitely the chicken breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowards, all of you. Honestly, I want to make it the fucking chicken breast though. Like, you just like feed it to someone. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And you're just like, "Oh, it's chicken breast." And they're like, "Yeah, I know that,
But why?
but why is it a crime?"
Congratulations. Why
Wrong way.
did you go up there?
Well, I was hoping there was something there.
Nope. Oh. Oh, there we go.
I have to figure out how to get through like these hundreds of balls. Oh, never mind.
Me
I
on
figured
a
it out.
Wednesday.
Stasis 1 and then hit it a bunch.
Or just grab this one and push it up the other one.
By grab, do you mean get hit by?
No, I didn't actually. Yeah, just carry that one around with you.
Okay, so if you were to bread chicken breast in Pop Rocks, what would you use to bread it? Just like Laffy Taffy instead of egg?
Laffy Taffy shouldn't exist.
Agreed.
Especially banana Laffy Taffy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you should use instead of egg. Blood!
Ugh.
Do they still
Banana.
make Pop Rocks?
Just banana?
Just mashed banana, yes.
You know,
I mean, it
question.
would stick to it.
do you think mashed bananas could be made in a way to disguise them as mashed potatoes? Like,
Absolutely.
conceivably?
Absolutely.
Until it goes in your mouth.
Okay,
Yeah,
question.
there we go.
Dom, that's awful. Dom, that's worse than cauliflower as mashed potatoes.
Okay, so I like this new idea we have where we all make, like, there are 4 plates made of, like, the same meal, but one of them has, like, mashed bananas instead of potatoes, and it has, like, caramel,
No.
like, candied onion,
Better
like,
idea. Better idea. The 4 of us get together. I make a real thing with like, hey, here's like pork chops and mashed potatoes and whatever. And then the 3 of you separately have to make dishes that are like
that can be disguised.
mashed potatoes instead, but they all have to like look the same. So at the end of the day, there need to be like 4 plates that look as close to the same as possible. And then we stick them on a Lazy Susan and spin that fucker.
Yeah, and then you have to pick one. I think you would
Are we
have to...
allowed to coordinate so we don't end up with 3 plates of the same thing?
Okay,
Absolutely.
I
I think it would go down the line so there would be like 3 different things on it. So it'd be like cranberry sauce, porks, and mashed potatoes. And each one of you would get to go first and be like, all right, mashed potatoes, I'm going first, I'm doing bananas. The next person says I'm doing cauliflower, and then the next. But then the next time, the person who picked first gets to pick like last or whatever. And so each person gets to pick first for one of the ingredients.
I think also, you could also do, like, one at a time. Like you do potatoes first. So that way you can't look at a plate and just be like, well, I know that my pork wasn't quite this red, so therefore I've decided the whole thing is definitely not correct.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
The idea of us being able to bamboozle you into eating mashed bananas.
Oh.
Terrifying.
I really like this idea. I think we should do it.
I would love to do this kind of bullshit.
I like the idea except that bananas are involved.
Yeah, but you're not the one who has to eat it.
Oh, I'm not?
Good.
It sounds like at the end of the day I'm going to have to pick which one I made.
Oh.
It's basically how well can John remember his food kit.
My food kit. What the fuck? So we did a food crime segment on Rank Amateurs this week.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Sausage fillings. And Tim put all sorts of gross things.
Did he put toothpaste?
No, he only put foods. But he included things like fish and, you know,
Mint yogurt?
chickpeas and peanuts.
Okay, question. When you say chickpeas, do you mean ground up chickpeas, aka hummus? Or do you just mean chickpeas?
The picture he put was just chickpeas.
I don't think you should ever, like, cut open a sausage to find it full of, like, small individual things. Like, it should only be, like meat or, like, a paste. Like, some sort of, like...
I mean, to be fair, you could do it. It could be cohesive if you put, like, filling in there. Because most sausages end up with some form of filling of, like, breadcrumbs or something.
That's most of what a blood sausage is.
Most sausages have some form of filling.
Is a blood sausage, like, just a remake of an egg sausage?
Yeah.
Tim, I have a question, though. Did you put Pop Rocks as one of them?
No, but he would have if this stream had happened first.
I would have.
And where would you rank that, John?
Over fish.
I struggled very hard to put mushrooms, but not bananas.
You should have done mushrooms and apples as one.
That's the problem, is that bananas are already sausages.
No, oh.
Oh. So you're going to Death Mountain?
Yeah. Might as well get the Quran thing out of the way, and then I can work on the DLC. Because I'm super excited to, like, beat that again.
You're gonna do the DLC where you have a motorcycle?
Yeah, that's the reward for the DLC.
See, thinking about it, I think a banana really is just a vegan sausage.
Tim, you don't actually have to open your mouth.
You don't have to think about the thing.
I just want to make sure you know that
There are other options.
I am aware, and I choose to open my mouth.
Now I just want to put Pop Rocks onto more food.
Can you make savory Pop Rocks?
Probably, yeah.
I don't think
Just
Pop
take
Rocks...
out whatever. Just take the sugar and replace it with something like, I don't know, seaweed.
I'm just picturing
Yeah.
Dom with like a pepper grinder full of Pop Rocks to just like season all his food.
Oh my goodness, I would absolutely have that.
Fuck, bro, he's got
I
it in
think we
one!
know
The
what Dom's
best
getting for
idea all
Christmas.
night!
Like,
I
can
mean-
you do this?
By the way, I've decided to remake Magic the Gathering as a collectible card game, but instead of like the colors as the different things, it's just the 5 tastes. It's like, yeah, I'm playing an umami bitter deck.
Ooh. Bold. Why does everything have to be fire in this area?
Because it's Death Mountain.
Are you going to
The only
Mordor?
problem with that card game concept is that no matter what people ended up playing, eventually everyone would be salty.
Eh.
Salt deck has to be the poison deck.
Oh, I was gonna say blue, where it's just like you just negate all of your enemies'
Oh,
things.
No, you don't play.
Yeah, the blue decks are my favorite because you get to like when you're playing against a blue deck, you get to watch someone else play Magic. It's like, oh, I wonder if I'm ever gonna be allowed in on this or no.
So while Tim looks up whatever his stupid words are and turns on his VPN and stuff, because inevitably we're gonna be switching to that now.
It's been a while since we've done Words with Fiends.
I found a couple pictures. One of them is, you familiar with the Don't Dead Open Inside?
Yep.
Vaguely.
People write signs, but you know, you read left to right. Humans do, at least.
Left to right, top to bottom.
Well, at least Americans do with English. This is for people that like they put two signs next to each other, but they might as well just be the same. So you read it, and it doesn't make sense. So this person put one outside, and it makes sense either way. It's supposed to say, "Vote early, dump Trump." And the way it actually reads is, "Vote dump early Trump." It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Vote dump early Trump. Don't
Yeah.
vote dump. The other thing is, I believe a couple days ago, the 2nd of September, was when the Japanese surrendered in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And there's...
Is this Canada?
This is Canada. This is a picture where all of the representatives of the Allies signed. And it's got, for each one they're all vertical, they're all in a vertical list, and it's got a line to sign above and then the name underneath. So it's like signature line United States representative, then signature line Republic of China representative, and then there's the United Kingdom representative, and then the USSR representative, and then the Commonwealth of Australia representative, and then there's not one for the Dominion of Canada. And then underneath it, there's a signature, and then the line, and then they've scratched through Provisional Government of the French Republic representative and written in Dominion of Canada representative, because Canada signed on the wrong damn line.
Did they really?
But
And
they weren't the
Canada.
last one.
Because they did that, everyone below them had to.
And they were only like a little past halfway down.
Yeah, so Canada signed on the wrong line, which means France had to, the Netherlands had to, and New Zealand had to make their own line on this document. This historic document.
So Canada fucked up big.
Can you imagine being the person who had like drawn it up and like watched what happened? Like you got your lines all straight and everything. Everyone was there. You spelled all the countries correctly, and then Canada.
And Canada fucked it up.
Did he write sorry next to it? I hate that I instinctually pronounced it like that.
Maybe that's why they're so sorry nowadays.
After that, they're just since that day, they're like, I'm sorry, I know I fucked up. I know
what happened. I'm so sorry.
So start with the normal or start with the weird?
Let's do normal.
Okay.
You say normal.
What's the name of this segment again?
Words with Fiends.
Yep.
It's us. We're the Fiends.
Your normal word is bold.
Fosters. No. How about umami?
Umami is a bold flavor.
Yeah.
Savory.
No, again, anything that's a flavor is gonna. I feel like bold is a sucky word to get.
Bold xylophone.
Someone
You want to
said
re-roll
it.
this word?
Someone has said bold xylophone.
I would love to see like some like music fan talking about how the xylophone went off in their favorite song, and everyone else is just like, shut the fuck, no one cares.
Bold of you to assume that no one cares about the xylophone. Anyway, do you guys want to re-roll?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Thinking.
I do.
Okay.
I don't remember where I can get a fireproof potion.
Your new word is slam.
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 Like, come on and slam?
Like,
And welcome to the jam.
Space.
No.
Dominic.
Basketball.
My favorite part about this game is, like, literally the best way to describe this game is its word anti-association.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do that, because every time you hear a word, you immediately think of another word, and you're like, that one! Wait.
Huh.
So instead of word association, is it word social distancing?
It's word dissociation. Where sometimes
Yep.
Tim will say a word, and then I'll stop feeling.
Galangal.
Gesundheit?
Galangal. It's a root vegetable.
Spell?
Similar to ginger and turmeric. Galangal.
And I feel like you're just gonna find something that describes its bold flavor.
We're not doing bold, remember? It's slam.
I have to prove I'm not a robot again.
See, you really should start by just Googling something and then fixing it.
Yeah, probably. Okay, Slam Galangal.
God, that's a cool name.
It really fucking is.
And what's up? I'm Slam Galangal. I'm just like, oh, what? God, that'd be that's a D&D name right there.
What are the red lines across the sky?
Those are where the divine beasts are taking aim at Ganon.
They got their laser sights.
Yeah. It's like a cool effect, but like it's nice because you kind of like can see where the divine beasts are regardless of like it's like a better version of just the landmark. Because you can see it from literally anywhere. So has Slam Gorgonzola
Okay,
going?
I've got here an article from Yahoo News
That's not real.
about someone who was alerted to the existence of Galangal and how awesome it is by reading a review about a DoorDash customer slamming terrible delivery service of a nearby Asian restaurant named Galangal.
And does it say the word slam or slamming?
DoorDash customer slams terrible delivery driver over botched food.
Okay.
Damn, they got you.
Stupid DoorDash.
EYE?
No. I slammed.
Like the letter I?
Yes.
Not even like AYE?
No.
I mean, I feel like there's definitely going to be a time where somebody slammed something.
There might, or Google might say, did you mean Islam?
Oh God! Oh my God!
Unfortunately, I have bad news. There's apparently some musician called Slam Caesar with a song named Slam I Am.
I'm not even mad.
That's incredible. Slam I am.
Alright, John. Last chance. Or no, you did Gallant.
Excuse me.
Dom?
Do you know who I am? Do you even know who I am?
Occasionally, but not often.
I don't remember what I have to do for this.
You have to come up with a word that won't show up in a Google search on Slam.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Snark.
Slam Snark.
No, I thought he was just making a comment at me.
Oh no, I was just saying a word randomly that had nothing to do with anything, but like.
Definitely didn't have anything to do with anything right now. So if you create an ice cube on this, will it sink?
No. When the water level changes, I think it just breaks.
Oh, okay.
Here's a product review for the Snark SN5 tuner for guitar and bass that's apparently a slam dunk for $10.
Now, to be clear, when I said you create an ice block, I didn't mean like when the water changes. I meant like if you just created one on top of the water right there, would it like sink down into the water like ice cubes do?
Oh, no, ice cubes float.
Yeah, but they don't float on 1/10 of their because like you could
Do
make
you not know what
giant
reverse icebergs are?
I know that 90% of an iceberg is underwater.
Yeah, it's a reverse iceberg, so 90% is above water. No, because the water, like, it essentially is making the ice on top of the water. It's weird.
That is weird. If Dom gets it with this stupid thing,
No,
that
he already said I didn't.
absolutely should be found.
No, yeah, I said it. It's the tuner
Okay.
product review. So 3 strikes on that one. Your first weird word is vernalization.
What's the language of origin?
It's the act of something becoming autumn.
I don't think you heard my question.
Artificially chilling seeds to hasten flowering in spring.
So nothing like what John said.
Damn it, I forgot that vernal is spring, not fall.
Yeah, you're thinking autumnal.
We don't use that word in America. We say fall, because the leaves fall down.
Yeah, we're pretty dumb here.
Vernalization?
Yep.
How about patricide?
I'm good with it.
I mean, like, if those two appear in a thing together, I would like to read that article.
Vernalization patricide it is.
We need to come up with a second segment that we can do while Tim is doing this part of the segment.
Yep. No, this has absolutely nothing but junk pages.
Got him!
Excellent.
Such as perpetuable patricide agitate a gluteal inside subchondral overdecorate against each sentii.
You need to not be that good at that.
Yeah, like, I literally cannot believe, like, my brain short circuits 2 words in, and I, like, can't remember how to pronounce the words because it's just like, these shouldn't be in a row, therefore I don't know what context, so I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh god, I hate this one.
Okay, your new normal word is sector.
Vector.
Sector vector.
No,
Is
no.
that your first
No.
one?
No. No.
It's actually nectar.
Sector. Can I say PB and J? PB ampersand J.
I'm gonna say yes for this specific one, but don't take this as precedent for other stuff like that.
Well then PB and J it is.
For any good reason, or just because you apparently can?
I don't see why it wouldn't work. I can't hear you. Can you hear Kristin?
Oh no.
No, I can't.
Try again.
Still nothing.
Yeah, I'm looking. She is kind of laying down and blocking all of the receptors.
Oh, is she standing in the way of the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Try again. Alright. Try again. Turn off and on your mic. Your headset. Did you find anything, Tim?
Yep, I've got PB&J Restaurants, which provides an industrial kitchens for the food sector.
Who the fuck would go to a restaurant for PB&J?
White people.
Alright, it's
Yeah.
not.
We
If you
would.
make any food quote unquote fancy enough, then white people will go to it.
We have here a nut puree with an emulsion of strawberries on white brioche.
Damn. Tim got us.
No, I would not pay for that.
Tim, now make it a food crime.
The nut
Brioche is
not
actually
acidic.
bananas.
Why are all the food crimes just and then it's banana?
It works.
Mushroom
Peanut butter
jelly.
banana is actually good.
Can we make mushroom jelly?
Hopefully not.
Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Hey, there you are.
Yay!
What's your sector?
Vector? Victor?
What's already been said, my headset was stolen from me for a while there.
PB&J.
PB&J.
Yeah, just PB&J.
Oh, Dom hasn't said anything yet.
No, not yet.
How are you spelling sector?
Sector?
Yes.
It standard spelling. S-E-C-T-O-R.
Okay.
Can I say the letter P so that it thinks you might be trying to say specter?
No, you cannot.
Can I say
No.
the liquid P? Just to get back at you?
Yes, you can. You want to?
Nah.
P sector.
Actually, yeah, Tim, Google P sector for me.
Oh no.
God, we should have called this segment Let Me Google That For You.
Oh.
Or like, Tim, Google this for me.
How did you think PB&J? Like, how did you come up with that?
I'm really glad that
I have here the Urine Specimen Collection Handbook for the private sector employee drug testing programs.
Okay, now, Brois, you have an opportunity to combine everything and say PP&J.
I said it wasn't going to be precedent.
He did say that. But Dom just wanted to say PB&J.
It's because you said PB&J just now, and I heard PP&J for a second, and I was just like, the best.
Yes, and since that last one didn't technically use the word pee, here's a mobile plant that processes pee into liquid fertilizer for the agricultural sector.
I feel like sector is going to be one that can't ever, like, there is, nothing we come up with will work because every object is part of a something
Private
sector.
sector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say private.
No. Ribbon.
The ribbon sector.
Ribbon.
Ribbon's now selling for a high price in the private sector.
I'm sure, but anything will sell for a price in the private sector.
Yeah, it will.
Even smegma would sell in the private sector.
Yeah, it will.
The Defensive Sector Battle Clasp is a ribbon authorized for service members who fought in World War
Oh
I.
man, I forgot ribbons also had to do with the army.
Oh well.
Alright, weird word time.
Your weird word is... probably one that's gonna win. Dwarf. D-U-A-R-F. A fictitious 19-toed fish of Erewhon.
Regicide.
Elf.
Elf. Is that your final answer?
I don't know, maybe orcs would be better. Do you think orcs would be better, guys? Or goblin?
Oh.
Goblin. Goblin
Snob-
seems like it might work better.
Snoblin.
I'm gonna go with goblin.
Why?
Goblin.
What
Is
do you-
Goblin your final answer?
Yes, dwarf goblin.
Why?
Okay.
Because this will make sure it connects even further with the
Fantasy world.
fantasy world as opposed to something
Oh,
else.
oh, you're doing that strat. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say what did you go with? Goblin?
Goblin.
I feel like we should have done elf because like elves and dwarves are like
Yeah. Well, I think like goblins and dwarves are very connected as well. Like more than
Yeah.
orcs. So, and I didn't want there to be like, you know, some like, cause like nymph can mean like small. So like I didn't know if like elf could be something like that.
I mean goblin can mean gremlin.
John, I've got bad news for you.
It's your shitty news.
The dwarf, as in the magical fish, is actually used in some D&D materials.
What the fuck?
You know what? That doesn't surprise me too much.
But actually, though, what the fuck?
But why? It was such a good plan.
It would have been, except D&D is even geekier than John
Yep.
gave it credit for.
We should have gone with analingus.
You know what? Next time.
Dwarf analingus.
Okay, apparently we're on a roll here. Your new normal word is franchise. You want to reroll?
Yes.
McDonald's.
Float.
Root beer.
Paneling.
Mardi Gras.
Once you've Googled your first word, it's too late to re-roll. So, do you want to stick with float?
No. Oh, wait.
I mean, I feel like it's as doable as most of these words are.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, might as well.
Alright. Float
think-
what?
Albert.
Witches. Do witches float?
Tim, I'm gonna say
Do
Albert.
that. What about winches?
I'm assuming you are saying with an E.
As opposed to what?
Winch with an I.
Oh, no.
The more common form of the word.
Winches.
Puppy is okay. She's just
What?
coughing.
More people talk about a rope and pulley system used to raise and lower things than an old form for a lady.
Tavern maid.
Yeah,
I
a
was
tavern
talking
maid.
about the rip and pulley system.
Oh, sounded to me like you were talking about. You said winch
You
with
did
an
say
E,
it was the one with an E.
which
I didn't say any letters.
we asked you and you said with an E.
Well, we asked you, is
No,
it
I
the
said
one
an
with
I.
the E? And you said yes.
Both of them have an E.
Yeah. It's right before the S. You didn't say the one
Anyway,
with two
float
E's.
winches. Is that your first search?
I don't know. It was a joke.
Mine
But now
is
John made me annoyed.
mine is still gonna be Albert. Look up
Go ahead,
float
Will.
Albert and see what
Albert.
you
I mean, it's gonna be in there.
get. Yeah, but there's
But
a
we'll get to see what the answer
but
is.
there's a minute chance that it says, "Do you mean Fat Albert?"
Yeah, but
That's a
usually
very minute chance.
when it does that, it usually is like, you know, here's 3 options for Fat Albert instead, and then here's the rest of them for the thing you actually searched for, which we think you're stupid for searching for.
You're right, Google.
Yeah. Yeah, Google's right.
Okay, what I have here is Albert Equine Dental Supply, which sells floats, which are tools used to file down horses' teeth.
Okay.
I'm most upset that it was completely unrelated to anything.
Gargoyle.
Float gargoyle.
Gargoyles float. Everyone knows that.
They hover. They blame, actually.
Actually, you know, they Blaine.
Yeah, like David Blaine.
Like David Blaine? Okay. Just was making sure I understood that correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, they blame.
Bro, do you actually want float gargoyle?
Sure.
Int. I think integer.
Okay, yeah.
Gargoyles. float.
Gargoyle table setting made of float glass.
But do gargoyles float?
Yes.
I like it was like, yeah, no, it's got it, of
Rock
course. The
statues, how do they float?
They have wings.
But they're rocks.
But they have wings.
So that's not floating. Birds don't float, they fly.
Yeah, they float.
Birds float
Also-
if you put enough
also-
helium in them.
Birds aren't real. Everyone does that.
Fucking hollow bones, as if that was a real thing.
Birds aren't real. Although giraffes are birds.
Well, we can all agree giraffes shouldn't be real.
Giraffes aren't real. Alright, John, what's your word?
Try regicide.
We've already used that tonight.
No, we didn't. We used patricide.
You know what? You're
That's
right.
right.
We did. You're right. What I want to know is if smegma floats.
I thought that word was dead.
I don't think so.
No. It doesn't die until you get three in a row where it doesn't come up with any results.
And I think we've
I thought
only-
we used it 3 more times it died.
No, I think we've never had it not come up with something. A couple times we've used it and the words it's connected to hasn't shown up.
Yeah, I think most of the time we used it and made Tim sad, and that was the only reason we used it.
There was
Yeah.
one time where all the results came up in Italian, so none of them counted.
Yeah.
Float smegma.
You know, I'm just curious. Does it? I mean, I'll never know, because I clean my shit.
Okay, you might be confused about what smegma is if you think that it's formed on shit.
I don't know.
Or
It kind of.
you do a lot of things that I don't want to be privy to.
When and how to clean a horse's sheath for good health. And it's talking about how to use a float for that if you don't have the right tools.
I mean, it's not what I wanted, but it'll work just as well.
I mean, you had a visceral reaction to the word sheath.
Yep. Do you blame me?
No.
Your new weird word is orpiment.
Orpiment?
Orpiment, a yellow arsenic compound used as pigment.
Can
John,
we
you
do...
should know about this. Apparently it's an item in Stardew Valley.
Orpiment.
Can we do arse in hopes that it tries to do arsenic?
I mean, I just say let's go for the kill and do regicide.
Was that supposed to be a pun?
Yes? No.
Really?
I don't know about puns.
Orpiment regicide, going twice.
Alright, let's go.
Hey John, while he's doing that,
I
can
hate
you...
what autocomplete is coming up with now. I have typed in orpiment regicide, and it's trying to autocomplete to orpiment regicide smegma.
It's like, listen, I don't know much about your, like, what you look for, but I know one thing that you definitely look for.
Like, none of these things seem to be connected at all, but, like...
You search for this one a lot.
We noticed a lot of search results coming out of this particular router. And we really gotta question that.
Got a result here from Mountains of Wisdom on the interface between Sita and Vidyadhara cults and the Sita orders in medieval India. Talking about where yellow orpiment, which is based on arsenic, was used as a poison in regicide.
Really? Fascinating.
Maybe that's when we should have used magma.
Ooh. Autocorrect tried.
Oh.
Your new normal word is cabinet.
Government.
Oi.
Dovetail joints. That's a joke
Red
for all the
wine.
woodworkers out there.
Yeah. Everyone else got it too.
A dovetail joint is a type of way to join wood together.
It's very solid, very firm, it works really well, and it's a pain in the ass to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like me.
I don't like how the portrait for Thibodeau looks like that one episode from Fullmetal Alchemist everyone tries to forget.
Thibodeau?
My horse.
Oh, your horse.
My
Yeah.
really good horse Thibodeau.
So, cabinet. Keep it or reroll?
I think keep it. We're not likely to get a better normal word.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Dom Lute is watching the stream now.
Aw.
My cat is too.
She looked away again.
As long as someone is.
That's his horsey. No, you can't have audio. You're too young.
Yeah, there probably should be an age content warning on this stream.
Smegma is for all ages, Tim.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, you're a good girl.
No.
I mean, I don't think it's like, I don't think it only shows up at a, like when you were 18.
Are you gatekeeping bad hygiene?
Keep no, I'm doing the opposite. I'm saying it isn't based on age. I'm saying that people have bad hygiene regardless.
Worcestershire.
Cabinet's Worcestershire.
Tim,
Yes.
John, you're just gonna get an article about what cabinet they keep their Worcestershire sauce in. Pantry.
Yes. The cabinet called the pantry.
Pantry's not a cabinet.
It's a big cabinet.
No,
It's a cupboard.
it's a room.
I don't know. You can't get inside a pantry, so
I can.
well, I guess it depends on the
Do
pantry.
you have
Yeah,
a
walk-in
relative
pantries.
pantry?
Tiny.
Actually,
I have here the official website for the Worcestershire City Council.
Gotcha.
did you forget that it's also a town?
Yeah.
Did we also all forget that it's also a town?
I didn't, I just didn't want to remind him until I had Googled it.
Weird British people.
They're shires.
Sure.
No, Shire.
Do you think the Shire was actually pronounced like Beshire?
It's actually the space was a mistake that
Yeah.
he just left in. It's actually Theshire, like Cheshire. So it's a Theshire.
Oh, Dasher.
Theshire. Okay, somebody else do something.
I'm thinking.
Think funnier, because it's boring right now.
Well, it's a good thing we have the sound of dishwasher water going.
You're welcome.
It's better than peeing.
That's what you thought it was.
Given
There
the
was-
stream,
there
or
was-
this channel, yes. That is the most likely answer.
Miss
There
Puppy.
was that one time.
There was. But wasn't it off stream?
Unfortunately.
Technically.
Off stream on mic.
Yeah, off stream, on mic, off recording.
Oh, you're real lucky there.
Incorrect. I wanted it to be on
A
there.
soundbite of you peeing.
Yeah.
I think you can make that happen.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
You
It's
just wouldn't be the same nowadays.
Nowadays, that's just a fans only page.
Yeah. It's an OnlyFans.
That's him. It's like you don't even know what OnlyFans is.
I feel like at some point we should get an OnlyFans. In fact, we should probably go ahead and get it now.
You know, I think at
just,
some point last week I didn't remember to write it down, but I was gonna like do a segment where I reminded everyone that they should support us on our Patreon and like tell us about a Discord and our OnlyFans and just like move on without ever like discussing what I just said.
I think what we should do is we should get a Patreon, and we should get an OnlyFans, and we should just say in the description for both of those, like, you will get literally nothing for supporting this.
No, like I would love to put up pictures on the OnlyFans of us in regular clothes gaming.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, support us. You're not gonna get anything special. I mean, OnlyFans has no prerogative to be naughty or anything.
Wait, I figured it out. I figured out the best way to actually do this. Alright. You know the term, like, food porn, right?
So,
Yes.
so
Hold
we
on.
just put pictures of food up on there?
Now you've heard of food crimes. Now what about
Go on.
food crime porn?
Oh no.
That would be a niche for us.
Really, really high def, well done pictures of the horrible food that we have made.
I mean, if we do the food crimes thing, we have to take really, really good pictures of it.
Yeah. Have to finally bite the bullet and get that DSLR.
You can take really good pictures without a $500 camera.
No.
Oh
No,
gosh.
We'll play strip poker, only instead of taking off our clothes, we just use comic strips as currency.
Oh. We have to agree to a value to all of them first. Be like, well, these are Calvin and Hobbes, so these are like the $1 million hit, ones. And...
Yeah, so what you're saying is the lowest currency is like Family Circus?
Dilbert.
Yeah, you're right. It's Dilbert. Fucking.
Dilbert's funny.
I
It's.
happen to like Dilbert.
Well, you shouldn't.
I'm sure you can't imagine why.
Oh.
All of my ties do that too, I can't figure out why.
God, fucking Scott Adams.
Maybe I need to look at Dilbert again. I don't remember anything objectionable.
Scott Adams is
Yep.
a shitty person.
Okay. Astronaut.
Cabinet astronaut. Canada has an astronaut as a cabinet member.
That was so quick!
Wait, isn't it like the like science and technology cabinet member? I think I remember something about this where like all of their cabinet members actually make sense.
Like they're all from the segment. They're like the.
Oh, is that for Canada? I couldn't remember what country that was for.
No, it's definitely
Yeah.
not this one.
Well, We don't have. Yeah,
I mean, we do have cabinet members.
that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say that too, and I was like, I don't know how to break this to you, but.
Yeah, it doesn't say what seat he has. Name's Mark Garneau.
Hold on, so applesauce is basically
Minister of
just.
Transport. Still works.
Yeah?
Hey, so applesauce is just mashed potatoes but with apples, right?
And added sugar, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mashed potatoes isn't
Potatoes
just
add-
mashed potatoes. It's yeah. Next time you have mashed potatoes, just mashed potatoes and eat it without ever putting salt or butter or anything in there.
Or potatoes, even.
At that point, that's just baked potato.
Nobody eats just baked potato either.
You have not met my parents.
They don't put
I-
butter in their baked potatoes.
They don't put salt or
Tim,
pepper
do they
on their
season their
potatoes.
baked potatoes?
Tim,
They just
I'm
bake
starting
a
to
potato
believe.
and bite it.
I'm starting to believe, Tim, that you didn't lose your sense of taste when you got coronavirus. You just never had one to begin with.
Whew.
Here's something weird about my family. My dad apparently doesn't like strong flavors. Like, for the longest time, I thought I didn't like, tea. Turns out, I like tea just fine. I just don't like how my family always makes tea, because he makes it and then waters it down to, like, a quarter of what it's supposed to be.
But tea is like the least strong
Already.
thing.
Yeah.
I disagree. Tea can be very strong.
Does the same thing with orange juice and Kool-Aid.
Wait,
and
he
basically
waters down
anything where
orange
you
juice,
add
Tim?
water.
Like I've known parents to do that for their
No.
toddlers.
Everyone shut up! Tim, does he water down orange juice?
Yes.
Okay, because here's the difference between that and the other things you said. Kool-Aid and tea are both water with something added to it. So you can change the amount of water that you have added to the thing. Putting water in orange juice is horrifying.
Hey, Dom.
For a long time, they made orange juice from concentrate. So, like, they'd buy
Okay.
a frozen can of the stuff and then
Tim,
defrost
Dom.
it and add water.
Dom, Tim.
Yeah.
All orange juice is from concentrate.
How did they mix it work?
Unless,
How did they make
unless
the
you are-
concentrate to begin with?
Unless you are taking the oranges and squeezing them yourself, you are getting a product that is from concentrate.
Yes. But you purchase it like that. And then
Yeah.
don't water it down more.
Well, apparently you do.
Tim, does he fucking do that with milk? If he does that with milk, I swear to God, I'm out.
No, he doesn't do that with milk. He just only drinks skim.
I'm out! That's it!
At least that time he let the manufacturers do it for him.
Tim, does he season... Okay,
He
Tim.
just gets skim and add water to it.
Tim, does he eat his steaks well done?
No, he does do those medium.
I disagree. There's no way. There's no way that your dad does that and then also doesn't like strong flavors. Does he eat it with no
Disgusting.
seasoning on it?
He doesn't specifically request no seasoning, but he never goes out of his way to put anything on it.
All right, I would like a steak, and then if you could bring me some A1 and about a gallon of water for me to dilute it. Does your dad cook homeopathically?
Basically.
Here, let me season this. Here, I'm gonna put 1 grain of salt in this gallon of water, mix it around, and then I'm gonna use that as a saline solution for everything for the rest of life.
Oh my God. Your dad is a walking food crime.
Why do you think I'm so good at it?
Yeah, but like, okay, here's the difference. His food crimes are like our food crimes, the ones you and I make, are all like mashed bananas. Like, it's horrible shit that are like, that have never been like randomly created by a human because they think it tastes better. Your dad does it because he actually prefers it that way.
Here's the thing I'm really confused about.
My dad isn't a food criminal. He's a food psychopath.
Here's the thing I'm really
pre-criminal.
confused about. Your family has a vineyard, like a little backyard small vineyard, right?
It hasn't actually produced grapes in like 10 years, but yeah.
Okay,
We've got a
'cause
garden out back.
you've given me some homemade grape jelly that you said was from your family's, made from your family.
Yeah, and it was probably dated like 2007.
Okay.
Cool. It wasn't terrible. And
Okay.
I'm really confused because...
My mom makes it.
Okay, see...
Okay. Beside...
So we were doing your family a little
There's
bit, find out
cooking
if
that
your
my
mom
family
likes
does
food.
for ourselves, and then there's export cooking, where they recognize that it's more than they would generally prefer themselves, but they recognize that other people like it.
Okay.
So, when
But-
they make jam for themselves, do they...
No,
Like,
I
not...
don't
Do they...
I don't wanna know.
Is there jam you keep for yourself that's different? That's what I need to know.
Jam, no, but things like, cakes and bread and things like that, yes.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. You've said that he likes... Oh god. Okay. You said he waters down his orange juice and tea and all the... Okay. Your family believes in God, right? Like, and hell? Like, and eternal punishment for the sins that they've committed? Right?
Yes?
Okay, so...
Is he worried?
I think that they either might as well get used to it now, or if they just live in hell, then maybe they'll already atone for it and will go to heaven for the rest of it.
I want you to know I wasn't quite sure how to follow up my question to get the point across, and the way Kristin asked that was the best possible one. Oh my god.
Alright, so, what was the word again?
Cabinet. We've had Cabinet Worcestershire and Cabinet Astronaut. One left.
Just say flavor. Flavor deserves some recognition here.
Tim, I have a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Does your family have a bottle of Worcestershire sauce that they have watered down?
Or that they've only been using like a drop of for the last 50 years.
Yeah, basically that. They
Is
don't
it
water
handed
it down, they
from
just
his
never use
dad's,
it.
like great-great-grandfather? How many generations on your dad's side does that bottle of Worcestershire sauce go back?
I've
honestly,
never asked. I probably don't want to know.
It's probably more cyclical than that, cause like I can see my parents use a good number of spices and stuff, but I wouldn't say anything is anywhere near as strongly spiced as what we make here. So you can see that there's a definite increase in use of spice. It's possible that when we have kids, we'll just instantly annihilate their sense of taste with everything we put in it, and they'll go down to a terrible state of living, like
Maybe what
Tim
happened.
said.
Maybe what happened is his parents used to like flavor, but then Tim was born, and they were like, "Well, we don't want to annihilate the taste buds, so we gotta pull back." And then they accidentally pulled back too far, and now they're stuck there.
There's a lot of stories like that from my childhood. I also thought I didn't like cheese for a long time, and then I started working in a deli, and I discovered, no, I like cheese just fine. But apparently all my parents ever bought was Diet American.
Cheese comes in diet.
I mean,
Tim,
I haven't heard of that.
would it surprise you if Tim's parents found a way to make cheese diet cheese?
Tim, I have a question. Has your dad ever tasted, like, ever had a sip of LaCroix and like winced and put it down from how strong it was.
No, they don't do seltzer.
God, if I ever heard of... If I ever found out that your dad waters down seltzer water, I might cry. The idea of watering down seltzer water with regular water?
Speaking of, that just made me think of if you're doing like soda for kids and you want to water it down, use seltzer water.
Huh.
Or just, you know, club soda or whatever.
Yep.
Also,
No,
I will
it's
now
not the carb-
exclusively use seltzer water in my cooking whenever it calls for water.
I mean, it could be really good for certain things.
Like rice.
Yeah. Also, use hard liquors when you're working with pastry.
Why? Because that'll make it taste good? Do you not know what I'm trying to do here? Do you not get the point of this bullshit?
No.
What does it do?
Are you asking me or him?
I couldn't understand what he said. He roboted too much. So I was asking you, but if anyone wants to tell me what Dom said, that'd be cool.
Hey Dom, what did you say?
I don't know, I was challenging you on dumb shit or something, I don't know. I can't remember that far back.
Hey, if you wanna bread something, then make sure you make it a mix of like
Pop rocks?
flour and stuff, and then take some milk and then slit your wrists and put some blood in there and mix it up.
Yeah.
But what does the vodka do to the pastries?
It stays a lot colder because you can keep it at a much colder temperature, and keeping your pastries colder as well is better. Additionally, you like all the alcohol cooks out of it, so you don't have to worry about that.
Makes sense.
So my parents don't drink basically ever at all, period.
You know, for a moment
But
I
I
thought you
can't
were
help but think that my dad's favorite drink would probably be a scotch and water.
That'd be way too strong for him.
You think your dad could stand the thought of scotch?
Scotch is an intense drink.
I want... Basically what I'm hearing is, I want a whiskey on the rocks, but please melt the rocks. Add a couple more rocks on, melt those ones too. Continue melting some more rocks in there. You may have to pour out some of the whiskey.
I want a end total finger of scotch and water.
Yeah, can I get a finger of water and an ice cube made out of scotch?
If you could manage to freeze scotch, that would be impressive.
I mean, you know, liquid nitrogen could probably do it.
It probably could, yes, but then it would probably shatter the glass you put it in.
I think my favorite episode is the one where we dunked on Tim's dad for like 30 minutes.
If you
This
notice,
being
I
the
have
episode your parents watched.
sort of been pushing away from that. What's your word, Dom?
I don't know what word we're supposed to go with.
Cabinet.
I don't know.
Ah! I'm looking for a word for you.
Otter.
Otter?
It says water.
Oh.
No, we don't want any more rapists in this.
What? Oh. I was like, how is water cabinet a rapist?
I thought he just meant water for a second. I was fully prepared to just accept whatever he said.
I know water closet is British slang for a bathroom.
That was the joke I was making.
I like it.
He's been on kind of a urine kick lately.
Wait, hold on. This is perfect. I just need... Not the urine thing. Waster.
Cabinet oyster, as in the shellfish?
No, waster. W-A-S-T-E-R. You know, the word water, but with an extra letter in it.
I mean, there's absolutely gonna be someone that's a cabinet waster, and they just put all sorts of shit in their cabinets that's not supposed to go in there.
Why do you think that's gonna come up more than water closet? Why do you think
I
that's... Yeah,
I don't think water closet's good either. What about Dyson?
The vacuum cleaner?
No, like, well, you're right, Dyson vacuum. I was seeing like a Dyson sphere.
Oh, I also thought the vacuum cleaner.
Can I
What's the
just...
proper name?
You know what? I'm just gonna say something that I want to find out if there are results for, so can you Google non-Euclidean cabinet for me?
And then I think this is it.
Considering it's 11:30.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't have a clock. You guys have to tell me these things.
It's 11:26.
Okay, there's a magazine called Cabinet that talks about crocheting the hyperbolic plane, which involves moving your hook and yarn into non-Euclidean space.
That is the coolest fucking article I've ever heard of. What? What a fucking dope magazine.
Maybe link that in the Discord?
Yeah.
Please?
Alright, we're done. This took too long. We spent almost an hour on this one segment. And, you know, dishing on Tim's dad.
Sorry, Tim's dad. I really hope this isn't the episode they decide to watch.
I do. I hope he decides because of this that he wants to flavor something. I'm just saying. There's good food out there. Just join us on this.
Like, we're so proud of our son Tim, except for his, you know, Thursday night hobby of being ungrateful and talking bad about his parents.
No, realistically, they'd probably find some way to just burn me back.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could see that happening. Alright, well, thanks everyone for coming. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.